Ladies and sisters, today I want to speak directly to the hearts of women who feel a stirring deep within, a calling that doesn't make sense to the world but keeps whispering, "You were made for more." If you're a chosen woman, there are divine signs around you, and they are not coincidence. They are confirmation. Let's dive into these 5 powerful signs that you are a woman set apart for something greater. Number 1. You carry an unshakable burden to help others, and it's not something you chose. It chose you. It's in your nature, in your soul, and in the way you move through the world. While others can walk past pain without a second thought, your heart pulls you to stop, to see, to feel, and to serve. You can't ignore the cries of the broken, the silence of the hurting, or the invisible weight others carry. It's as if something inside you is always tuned into suffering, always ready to step in and lift someone else's load. From the outside, people may not always understand you. Some might say you care too much or get too involved. They might question why you give so much of your time, your energy, and even your peace to people who may never repay you. But what they don't see is the fire inside you, the calling that keeps whispering, "You were born to heal." You don't help because it's easy or convenient. You help because there's something sacred about seeing someone rise after you've held their hand in the dark. Sometimes this burden feels heavy. It can be exhausting to carry the emotional weight of others, especially when your own heart is still healing. But even on your tired days, even when you feel like you have nothing left to give, you still show up. You still answer the call. That's because this burden isn't a weakness. It's a mark of divine strength. You were chosen not just to survive, but to guide others toward the light. Your empathy is not random. It's your greatest gift. There have been times you've poured into people who took your kindness for granted. You've wiped tears from eyes that later turned away from you, and yet you never stopped loving. That's because your purpose runs deeper than recognition. You don't serve for applause. You serve because your soul finds meaning in healing. You understand that true purpose isn't measured by what you get back, but by what you give. And even if no one sees your sacrifice, you know that every seed of compassion you plant will grow, whether in this season or the next. This burden you carry is holy. It's a direct reflection of your calling. You're not just someone with a soft heart. You're someone with a strong spirit. You're a safe place in a harsh world. And in a time where many people are too busy to care, too numb to feel, you remain open, present, and willing. That's not ordinary. That's extraordinary. You carry light into dark places. You speak peace where there is chaos. And every time you lift someone else, you fulfill a part of your mission on this earth. So don't run from this burden. Embrace it. Honor it. It's proof that you are not here by chance. You are here with purpose, on purpose. And your willingness to carry others is one of the clearest signs that you, indeed, are a chosen woman. Number 2, you often feel misunderstood or isolated, and it's a feeling that's hard to explain to others. It's not just about being alone physically. It's the deep sense that even when you're surrounded by people, no one truly sees you for who you are. You can be in a room full of voices, laughter, and conversation, yet still feel like you're standing on the outside looking in. It's not because you're distant or detached. It's because your spirit is on a different frequency. You think deeper, feel stronger, and live with an intensity that not everyone around you understands. There's something different about the way you see the world. You notice things others overlook. You ask questions others avoid. Your mind is always turning, and your heart is always open. But instead of being celebrated, that depth often makes others uncomfortable. They don't know what to do with your honesty, your sensitivity, or your vision. And so they dismiss it, misunderstand it, or pull away from it. That's why you've learned to keep parts of yourself hidden, not because you want to, but because it feels safer. This isolation doesn't mean you're weak. In fact, it's often a sign that you're being set apart for something greater. Chosen women aren't meant to blend in. They're meant to lead, to transform, to rise. And before you can step fully into that role, there's a season of separation. A season where it feels like no one gets you. A season where it feels like you're walking alone. But in that solitude, something sacred is happening. You're being refined, strengthened, and aligned with your purpose. There are times when the loneliness becomes heavy. You might wonder why you care so deeply, why your path seems harder than others, or why the people you want closest seem the farthest away. But this isn't punishment, it's preparation. You're not being kept out, you're being called higher. When God sets someone apart, He often removes the distractions, the noise, and even the comfort of familiar company, so that they can hear His voice clearly and become who they were truly meant to be. Even when you feel like no one sees you, know that you are not invisible. Your heart is known, your pain is seen, and your journey has a purpose. The very things that make you feel misunderstood are often the things that make you powerful. Your sensitivity is your superpower. Your loneliness is your training ground, and your uniqueness is your calling card. So if you've been feeling isolated, if you've been wondering why you don't quite fit in, remember this. You weren't created to fit in. You were created to stand apart, to break molds, and to be a light in places where others are still searching. You may feel misunderstood now, but one day, the world will look to you for the very insight and strength they once overlooked. Keep walking, even if it's alone. You're not lost. You're becoming. Number 3. Your pain has a purpose even when it feels senseless, overwhelming, or unfair. There are moments in life when the weight of what you've been through feels too heavy to carry. You've faced heartbreak, betrayal, loss, and disappointment. You've cried in silence, wondering why your path had to be so difficult, while others seem to move forward with ease. It's easy to feel like you've been forgotten, like your suffering has no meaning. But the truth is, every tear you've shed, every struggle you've endured, and every moment of brokenness has been shaping you for something greater. Pain isn't random, it's not punishment. For those who are chosen, pain is often preparation. You're not just going through things, you're growing through them. Every challenge you've faced has built something inside you that comfort never could. Strength, resilience, wisdom, empathy. These are forged in the fire. And while you may not see the full picture now, there will come a time when you'll look back and realize that your darkest valleys were the very places where your soul was being refined. You've been through things that could have broken you completely, but you're still here. That's not by accident. That's a sign that your pain has not defeated you. It's transformed you. It has deepened your compassion. It has sharpened your intuition. It has given you eyes to see what others miss and a heart that can hold space for people who are hurting. Your scars aren't signs of weakness. They are marks of survival. They are proof that even in your lowest moments, something powerful was being born within you. Many people run from pain. They numb it, hide it, or pretend it doesn't exist. But you've walked through it, and because of that, you carry a different kind of authority. You speak from experience, not theory. When you comfort others, it comes from a place of real understanding. When you encourage someone, they feel it because they know you've lived it. That's the purpose of your pain, not just to grow you, but to guide others. You're not just a survivor. You're a teacher, a healer, a light for those who are still walking the road you've already traveled. There's power in your story, even the parts you wish never happened, even the chapters you never talk about. Nothing is wasted. The things that tried to destroy you are now the things that equip you. The same fire that burned you has also illuminated your path. You may not have chosen your pain, but you can choose what to do with it. And when you decide to use it as fuel instead of allowing it to become a chain, you begin to step into your purpose with boldness. So don't be ashamed of what you've been through. Don't hide your journey. Embrace it. Let it remind you of how far you've come and how deeply you've grown. Because when you understand that your pain has a purpose, you realize you were never defeated. You were being developed. Number 4, you have a fierce inner strength you didn't know you had. It didn't show up when life was easy. It revealed itself when everything around you fell apart, when the people you counted on walked away, and when you had no one to lean on but yourself. That strength wasn't something you were taught. It was something you discovered in the middle of your deepest battles. It's the part of you that kept showing up when your mind said you couldn't. It's the fire that kept burning, even when the wind tried to blow it out. There have been moments in your life when you were pushed beyond your limits, moments when the weight was too heavy, when the heartbreak felt unbearable, and when the silence around you made you question everything. But you didn't quit, you didn't break, you bent, you cried, you crawled, but you kept going, and that right there is your power. You've faced things that would have destroyed someone else, but instead of giving up, you dug deeper. You found a strength that even you didn't know existed inside you. This strength doesn't always look loud or bold. Sometimes it looks like getting out of bed when you're grieving. Sometimes it looks like forgiving someone who never apologized. Sometimes it's choosing to believe in yourself when no one else does. It's in the quiet decisions, the unseen sacrifices, and the moments you choose peace over revenge, growth over comfort, and love over bitterness. Your strength lives in your choices, in your mindset, and in your heart that refuses to close, no matter how many times it's been hurt. What's incredible is that you didn't have to look outside yourself to find it. This strength was always there. It just needed pressure to rise. Like a diamond formed under intense heat, you were shaped by adversity. And now, you carry within you a spirit that cannot be broken. You may get tired, but you don't give up. You may feel fear, but you walk forward anyway. That's what fierce inner strength looks like. Not the absence of struggle, but the refusal to be defined by it. There are people who look at you and wonder how you do it. How you keep standing, how you keep loving, how you keep hoping. What they don't see are the silent battles you've fought, the nights you've cried alone, or the courage it takes just to keep believing in a better tomorrow. But you know the cost of your strength, and that's what makes it sacred. So hold your head high. You're not weak for feeling, for falling, or for fearing. You're strong because you rise again and again, no matter how many times life tries to push you down. That strength is your gift. It's your weapon. It's the evidence that you were never just meant to survive. You were born to overcome, to inspire, and to lead. And you're doing exactly that, one brave step at a time. Number 5. You are being called to something that scares you, and that fear isn't a sign to run. It's a sign to rise. There's a pull inside you towards something bigger, something more meaningful, and something far outside your comfort zone. It's not just a random idea or a passing thought. It's a calling that keeps returning no matter how much you try to ignore it. It shows up in your dreams, your restlessness, your desire to grow. And while it excites you, it also terrifies you. Why? Because deep down, you know it's going to require you to become someone you've never been before. This calling isn't meant to fit into the neat, safe life you've always known. It's not going to wait for the perfect moment or for you to feel fully ready. It's stretching you, confronting your fears, and daring you to believe in yourself in a way you never have. It's asking you to walk into the unknown, to speak up, to lead, to create, to break cycles, or to chase a dream that no one around you can see. That's why it's so scary, because chosen women are not called to do ordinary things. They are called to shift atmospheres and change lives. Fear will tell you you're not good enough, not smart enough, not experienced enough. It will remind you of your past, your failures, and your insecurities. But here's the truth. If you were called to it, then everything you need to fulfill it is already inside you, or will be given to you at the right time. Your calling is not based on your confidence. It's based on your purpose. And purpose often shows up wrapped in fear, because anything truly worth doing will always feel bigger than you. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to see the full path to take the first step. That first steps, scary as it is often the doorway to your next level. Every great journey begins with uncertainty. Every breakthrough begins with fear. And every powerful woman once stood where you're standing now, on the edge of comfort, looking out at the unknown, wondering if she was enough. But she moved anyway, and so can you. You were not created to live a small life. You were not given dreams just to doubt them. That fear you feel is not a stop sign. It's a signal that what's ahead of you is sacred. It's a sign that the next chapter of your life is going to require faith, courage, and a refusal to settle for less than what you were made for. So yes, you're being called to something that scares you, but don't let the fear convince you you're not ready. Let it remind you that you're stepping into something powerful. Let it be proof that you are growing. Because fear doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It often means you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Keep walking, keep trusting. You're not being led into fear, you're being led into purpose. To every woman listening right now, if these signs echo in your soul, you are not ordinary, you are called, you are chosen, and your life is not a mistake, it's a message. Keep going, keep believing, because the world needs the fire that only you can bring. Thank you.